Welcome back, everybody. We are back to episode 10 of the we are building another live game show we are going to be adding to our ecosystem here. It is based on the classic 1980s game show called Card Sharks. You can go to YouTube there and check out some clips from that. So we're taking that as inspiration. Of course, we are Moonerdust.media. Just did the trending show back here now for the Build in Public Hackathon. Trending show is really good. We had two awesome projects on again today. If you haven't seen that, go down below here and check out the previous streams. You can see that. We'll be dropping those clips as well tomorrow across all our other channels. So yeah, it was a good one. I'm excited to get back to the build. Unfortunately, we got some family issues that we're dealing with at the moment, so we weren't able to do it yesterday. We're a little on the late side today, but we're going to crank it out one way or another. Here's my twin brother Adam, developer extraordinaire here. How's it going, Adam?
Yeah, doing good. It's been a hectic week so far, but we keep showing up, we keep building. Yeah, absolutely love the trending show today. Those two projects were awesome. The guys that were on, they were really good. The second guy, I thought it was a radio talk show host or something that was talking when he started speaking initially. But
well, he just started following me, and I followed him back, of course, and shout out. But I saw his pinned tweet, and he actually does live PUBG. If you're watching, I love PUBG. Do live
awesome.
competitions over there, like a big arena or whatever stage set up. People battle it out, and he's one of the, I guess, pundits or hosts or whatever you want to call it as well. So he certainly has the voice for it. Anyway, I know that much.
He does.
Yeah, and a very nice dude. I really like what they're building. Both of them, what they're building. Very cool products,
really cool.
Yeah, and very happy to promote them as well and showcase them with everything that they're doing. That's exactly why we do what we do, is because these awesome little projects, these awesome products, it's difficult to get that exposure. So happy to do it. Great show. Of course, anybody who we got in the chat, looks like someone burning the chicken. The chart is on fire. Shout out to the man himself, Dr. Fire Chicken. Locked up another 20 tokens, 20 tokens, 20 million tokens as well. Just 20 million until his birthday. I'm not sure when his birthday is. Not sure if you mentioned that, but that'll be 150 million tokens locked up for a year here. Mafia, there it is, baby. If you want to pick up some of that, join the ride with us. Do that. Floor has been holding. We got a dedicated community out there. Everybody sees the potential for what we're doing here, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And we're going to keep building. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep highlighting awesome projects in the space. That's what we're all about. Hackathon win, hackathon loss. It's not going to matter one way or another. We're going to keep going. Of course, it'd be very helpful. It would go a long way to what we're doing here. But, it's not going to stop us in any way, whether we win it or lose it. So we're here for the long haul. I'm excited to do it. So yeah, if you want to pick up a bag, go do it and join us, and go and check out our website to get a full scope of everything that we're doing, the whole ecosystem that we're building, how you can engage with us, how you can interact with us. And let's get into the build, Adam. Where are we at with everything?
Yeah, just one other note on the trending show. It's just like awesome to meet like really cool teams. The people that you meet that are like really serious and passionate about what they do is just it's just great to see it. People that are as passionate as ourselves about what they're building and the space itself and all that. So yeah, it was a great show today. And if anyone missed it, be sure and pick it up tomorrow. It'll be on YouTube. Definitely worth a watch. Awesome show today. Great interview too, Mr. The interviewing is really top notch altogether.
Thank you very much, Adam. I appreciate it. I do try to put in as much effort before we bring any projects on as well. I want to try and get as much of a firm grasp on it too. So I do put in the work on the front end so that I make sure that everybody can totally understand exactly what the team are building. I want to make sure no stone gets left unturned. So thank you, Adam. I appreciate that.
It shows. It comes through. And I think the people that come on really enjoy the interview style as well. It's not like you're trying to trip anyone up or say, oh, it's a scam or anything. Like, these are real people building real passion projects and doing good for the space. And
Yeah.
Carrying out interviews like that. They enjoy themselves because obviously when you're passionate about something, you like to talk about it. So when the questions are good, it just makes it so free flowing, and people are comfortable to come on and talk about their project. So awesome job,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And happy to do it as well. And I agree. It's great to see other people in the space that are as passionate about it. And the space needs this. The space needs the builders,
Yeah,
even especially in down markets. Nobody's got million. Even if you launch a token, you're not going to be able to pull out tons of money for marketing, like, or you won't be left with much. So that's exactly why we're building the ecosystem we have here, is to be able to facilitate those awesome teams that are building, but they don't have, like, millions of dollars for marketing, and this is a way that they can take
exactly.
advantage of what we're building and growing here. So yeah, everybody go check it out. Media, check out everything we got going on over there at the website. And you're watching the Hackathon build episode 10, I believe we're on episode 10. And last night I was working on the full card deck, and would you believe I have the whole thing done? So that all the face
Beast
cards,
mode.
I don't have the backs done yet, so we're going to work on some of that today. Maybe still need to come up with a name for what it is, but yeah, we're getting close. Obviously, the next things that we also need to do is the actual stage itself. What's our backdrop here, what are the cards going to be sitting on, so we can mess around with a little bit of that. And what are we looking at on the dev side, Adam?
Okay, so so far we have. Let me just adjust this here. Um, what we're kind of aiming to get to now, we did some work on the UI stuff, especially in the producer dashboard, just so there's no, you can't make any misclicks and stuff like that. That will come through. Um, we also worked on the being able to skip a question, stuff like that, and show it on screen. One of the big ones that we worked on last episode was the ice card. It was basically, I think this is where we left off, was the ice card was basically locking up the whole board. If it came up, it didn't reset, it wasn't replaced with a face down card afterwards when the player regained control of the board. So that was the last place that we left off. So we've been trying to get to a sudden dead round for like 2 episodes now. But we keep kind of coming up with these things that we do need to fix, because you don't want to progress any further in the game until they're kind of sorted out. So um, we basically we put together the prompt and I ran it after the show, but I haven't gone any further than that because I don't want anyone to miss out on each step as we go through, and see the results of the prompts and see how the AI and how Replit and the agent and the architect kind of manage it and how they perform, and all that kind of stuff. We want to make sure that everyone sees all the steps of the build along the way, so that they're learning as much as possible, and get some confidence to build some stuff themselves. That's the main thing here.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I feel like we're going to get close today. I think we might actually nail that round today. We won't quit till we do it. All right. So
Exactly.
should we?
Let's get her done.
Yeah. So should we pull up your screen there, Adam?
Yes. Let's pull it
All
up.
right. There we go. There it is.
All right.
So let's catch everybody up to
the
speed where
prompt,
we're at. Yeah.
yes. So the prompt that we ran on the last show, we actually showed this is where we got to in the round, the regular round, and as you can see, Mr. P here got a nice card right at the end. So when he regained control of the board, the ice card just sat there. He couldn't really go any further. It didn't clear. What it should happen once he gains control is that it becomes a face down card, and then he gets to go either swap his 10 or go higher or lower than the 10. But it basically locked up the whole game. We couldn't progress anymore. So that's what we wanted to fix. And this is what it showed when that happened in the producer panel. So we weren't able to kind of do anything further than that. When we clicked lower or swap, nothing happened because the ice card was just locked in there. So the prompt we put together was, we have now found an edge case. Player 2 revealed the ice card on the last 1 on the ladder. This then gave control to player 1 to run without a survey question. Player 1 then ran to 3 of 7 on the ladder and guessed incorrectly. Then player 2 got the next survey question correct and gained control. Issue: the ice card remained and kept the player locked. This should become a face down card immediately after that player gained back control. Have the architect look into this logical issue and devise a surgical and robust fix, which I ran. There was the architect's plan. We got the agent to implement the plan. It did some intent testing. Let me just make sure that it had the architect check its fix. Test passed, the fix worked. Okay, so it didn't. So what I'm going to do now is say I put it into plan mode, and I will just say now have the architect review your fixes, check for load conflicts or duplication or any old unnecessary code. So I'll pop that in there. And let's see, we'll get the architect to review and just make sure that the code's clean, everything is robust, and there's no conflicts or anything, because it's not a huge change, but it is in, it's part of the kind of core game logic itself. So we just want to make sure as we make any core logic changes to the game that it is clean and it doesn't affect anything else. So it's always good if the agent hasn't gotten the architect to check the work at the end. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. If it hasn't, always just check for that and see. Sometimes the agent will come on and say, I had the architect review my changes. It all passed, gave a clean bill. So now, here we go. As you can see, the architect has found some issues, should be cleaned up. So we found dead code. The action type still exists in schema.ts, has a handler in game service.ts, and next survey function still exists. But nothing in the UI triggers it anymore, since freeze now transitions directly to the survey phase. So this is always good to just kind of keep on top of your code as you're making any changes for dead code, and you can see exactly why I do this here. Next survey duplicates freeze, both now transition to phase survey with created, so the next survey function is fully redundant and can be deleted. Confirmed clean, no issues, no old sudden death choice remnants, no conflicts, control flags are consistent, so the cleanup is straightforward. Remove the dead next survey path from these 3 files. Okay, so now I will have, here is fine because the architect has already laid it out, so I can just go start building, get the agent to do that. And once it has completed that, I just get the architect to do one final review and make sure that it did it correctly and didn't interfere with anything else. So we'll get that to work here.
Beautiful.
So yeah, if you want to take a look at some other stuff now, Jay, while the architect is running on that, go for it.
Yeah, let's do it. Shout out who we got in the chat today. Anybody, please let us know. Any feedback, always welcome. When we're building out this game show, like I said, I do have the cards completed, at least the playing side. We got to finalize the back side, so we can maybe look at that today. But first off, let me just give everybody a quick look at the cards that we do have. There's Mr. Bitzel. So Adam, if you can see there, I altered the frame after the fact.
Oh
so
yeah, that looks nice.
The jack and stuff to fit in there and keep them kind of big enough, so because obviously they're going to be on screen display. So Mr. Bitzel, you're looking pretty slick there, bro. Looking pretty dangerous, I gotta say, with that Tommy gun. But yeah, I like it. So there's our jack, the enforcer. Next up, we got Only Rose as the
Mr.
queen.
Bitzel, the badass.
Yeah. And as you can see there, I slightly altered that Q as well so that it kind of looked a little better. It fit in a little better there. If you guys can see that. So this is our queen card. Then, of course, we have, keeping in that mafia theme, just like our guy Josh suggested, good call. And here is the king, of course, the Don himself as the king. And then here is just the standard ace card as well. There's the ace spade. So that's all the different suits in there to give you an idea of the colored cards, what they look like. Again is the queen, the Don, and our guy, Mr. Bitzel. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with where these are at. Let me see, remove, sorry, at the stage. There it is. There's Mr. Bitzel. So yeah, Mr. Bitzel sent me a picture of himself to be our enforcer. So that's what we came up with. We did a little work on that yesterday. So really happy with how these have all come out so far. So yeah, let me share my screen here real quick, and I will pull up the Photoshop here. That's what I'm using. So let me remove Mr. Bitzel there. Oh, sorry, that is Adam. There's my Photoshop. All right. So yes, as you can see there, I'm going to pop myself down here. Yeah, so as you can see, there's Mr. Bitzel. I got them all here on my layers on the right. Hearts, diamonds, clubs. Did I just see something there? No. Clubs and spades. That's the jack of all of those, and I have those done for every one. But the only one that we're working on at the moment now is the card back. So that's an idea of what it looks like at the moment. Now, I did believe that we wanted to alter the color of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 2 of these down here. These are just the overlays that I put on. I'm going to pop those up, and I have these set to color. This setting over here right up at the very top, it's called color, so I can change it to black, or I can change it to red just by overlaying a direct shot on there. It's looking like I need to get these corners down here too. So what I'll do is I'll go to my brush tool and I will fill in the rest of the black here, as you can see, and the corners, just to tie that in properly there. And I'll just get that full selection around, and I will delete the black on the exterior. Oh, not there. There you go. Invert that and just remove it. So there's the black card. Maybe I could, we're at 100% opacity there. Yeah, so that's not too bad there from what I'm seeing. Again, we need to come up with a name. Maybe the name of the game show logo will be in here once we decide exactly what that's going to be. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the back of the card, I have to say. I like the design of it. It's classic, it's traditional, casino style. And I think once we, get the logo done, we pop it into the center here, we can start looking. But of course, first, before we can do any of that, we need an actual name for the game, which is something we haven't come up, and I haven't had a chance really to dive too deep into exactly what we're looking for, or even mess around with the AI or try to come up with anything too much. I've been so busy with everything else. But that's where we're at right now. And the only thing we need to do is figure out the back, and then that'll be all the cards pretty much done. And then there's one other card that we want to do, which is the ice card, which we haven't really decided on what that's going to be yet. But of course, in true mafioso style, we probably want, when somebody gets iced, they get killed. So maybe we get some kind of a gangster style guy with his, pointing a gun at the viewer kind of thing to show you that you got iced. Maybe something like that. That was the thought that I had. So we'll see. And we'll see how that's going to go. Let me see here. Yeah, so if anybody does have any ideas of what we want to do with that ice card, let's do that. And I can always jump on to ChatGPT as well here and maybe mess around with some prompts. So maybe that's what we'll do right now. If you're ready, Adam, to come back up, just let me know. But for now, I can. Have you
Yep.
got something right there, and I can pull back up ChatGPT
Well,
here?
no, maybe run through that there first because I'm pretty much at the stage now where we're going to run through a game. So if you want to do a little bit of
Okay.
design work first, we'll see if we've got anyone maybe that can come and play. That would be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Absolutely. That'd be sweet. Whoever's in the chat, let us know what's up. Don't be shy. Um.
I wonder if
Okay. So I'm
DeFi
gonna.
Sean is busy. I'm say he's pretty hectic in the background though.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he is right now. So we won't bother him. I know he's cranking it out.
Yeah, he is.
So what we're going to do is we want to create the ice card. So I'm going to say, so now I need uh, a card called, I don't know, let's see, color card, I'll call it, just so it knows. That is totally original, same art style as all the others. Want a mafia hitman, let's say, pointing a silenced pistol at the viewer. Um, let's trash out some ideas. All right. Okay, so let's see what it's going to give us here. Let me extend that out a little bit. Okay, nice. This is where you want to slow down a bit and design the visual language first, not jump straight into a prompt because it's a face card in a deck. It has to match the Mafia Casino aesthetic. You already said. Read instantly on screen. Okay, Hitman face card, classic Mafia enforcer, safest and cleanest. Sharp tailored suit, subtle fedora shadow, silenced pistol, calm expression, non aggressive yelling. Modern casino security hitman, no. High roller assassin, expensive suit with gold cufflinks, poker chip. Shadow Mafia silhouette, mostly silhouette figure. Vintage Noir Hitman. My recommendation, option 1 blended with option 4. Classic Mafia Hitman. Slight stylization, control posture. Let me zoom in a little bit so everybody can read that a little better. There it is.
Sorry, Joe, I just kind of pull myself off screen here sometimes as well because when the computer is kind of working hard there in the background, it just lags me out and the camera goes all weird. And
Oh yeah. No worries.
so if
All
I
good.
pop
Just
down, it's just because of that. Don't want to
no
be an
problem.
eyesore here glitching out over in the corner.
It's all good. Okay, let's go with their recommendation and see what we get. Let's go with the recommendation, but let's have the figure somewhat mysterious. All right, let's see what it gives us here. All right. Okay, that keeps it powerful while turning it into a movie poster. Mysterious works especially well for a face card because it avoids uncanny realism, keeps it original. Okay. Mafia Hitman face card prompt is stylized, illustrated playing card character depicting an original Mafia Hitman with a mysterious presence designed in a premium casino. Okay, let's just go with it. So I'm going to pop back over here to Open Art, which is what I'm using.
I think Mr. Pixel has possibly frozen out there. So let's see here. I will just remove this for a minute and pull this up here. Yeah, I think I know he's having some pretty bad weather over there, so it's he could have had a power outage possibly. Let me move myself over here. Yeah, I think he's pinging me there. Yeah, he got cut off. So all good, all good. Let's keep rocking and rolling now. Yeah, he lost his internet. He's having some pretty crazy weather and snow and stuff there. So all right, so what we're going to move to here is basically back to our game screen, and I will pop up on full screen here the game board, which is here. And I'll move that down here. And here then, like I've shown before, to get to our producer panel, it is .replit.dev/control. And that will bring us to our producer panel, as you can see here. So I'll full screen that. I'll share that instead. And okay. Okay, screen share is working fine. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do here is I'll get this set up just while we're waiting for Mr. B to get stuff back in. I guess who else we got in the chat? Let's see. Space Cat would like to come up, but he is getting ready for work. But next time, Space Cat, thanks for tuning in. He said he's going to be listening. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the show, brother. And we'll get you on there for the next one. So I guess it's just going to be me at a Mac. Set that, and then Mr. P. Set that. And what we do here is we have our, obviously, if it's your first time tuning in, or you missed out on the OpenAI integration, we're using ChatGPT 5.0 Mini to generate a batch of 50 questions. For basically, we'll generate these before the show. So we click generate questions here. Let's see, can I get myself maybe in a better spot? There we go. So we'll generate the 50 questions, as you can see. Now, this is actually a pretty new update. So Replit itself has actually integrated OpenAI. Before, you would have to go to your OpenAI dashboard and get your key, your API key. You'd have to put all that in, store it in secrets, all that kind of stuff. So now that Replit has integrated it, it makes it super easy to do, and it actually just bills your Replit account as you use credits. And for a game like this, you know, we're only generating a batch of questions every so often. Credit use is going to be tiny. So yeah, there we go. We've got it set up, and as you can see here on the producer dashboard, obviously this was just created by AI. We haven't done anything here. We've just made sure that the buttons and stuff are kind of coinciding with the game flow. There can't be any misclicks, stuff like that. So here we can go. And a Mac, Mr. P, there's the letters. Okay, 50 questions are ready. So we pop back over here to the main game board, and obviously that's totally plain as well. But we're going to start spicing all that up. Now Mr. P has the cards, so when we click start match, we go to deal the high cards, and the back of the card that Mr. P was cut off there when he was working on, they will show up here underneath us. So it'll look all very tasty. We'll have proper font. We'll have a cool background in here. You know, we do some cool animations when they flip over, and sound effects, all that kind of stuff. So this is obviously bare bones here right now. We're just making sure all the game logic is working. And Once we have that, then we can start moving to the aesthetics, the sound effects, adding all in the nice backgrounds, all that sweet stuff. So that comes together pretty quick. So let's go ahead and reveal Adam Mac. And all right, Adam Mac out of 2. That's not going to be too hard to beat. Mr. P, let me get back. There's an 8. All right, so Mr. P wins the draw. We have a timer on this here as well that we set up in the previous show, so it just kind of shows that. Initially, it didn't show it at all. It just happened on the back end and threw this up and said who's going first. But we set that up with a timer. We wanted to, obviously it's a big part of the opening show, and kind of a little bit of suspense just to kind of kick things off. So we set a 5-second timer after the second card gets revealed, just so the audience can see it, the contestants can see it, everyone gets to see it, and then once that time's out, we go to our ladder. So we're ready for the first survey question. And as you can see here, all these CLs along here on the ladder, that's where we're going to have Mr. P's awesome cards. They'll be face down, so the back of the card that he's currently building is what will be all along here in 2 different colors. I believe it'll be 2 different colors. Yeah, because it'll be 2 different decks. So I guess he'll do one maybe for player 1, one for player 2. And then when they flip over, we'll have the awesome fronts, the Enforcer, we'll have Only Rose, we'll have Don Corleone for the King. But he has all those done already, so they are going to be awesome once they get going. So yeah, and if you're just tuning in, we are Mod Media. This is our live hackathon build. We're building an awesome game show that we'll be doing live on stream. It is called, well, it's based, we don't have a name for it yet, but it's based off the 1980s game show called Car Sharks, where 2 people go head to head and try to get to the end of the ladder. 3 rounds basically is a win, so it goes to sudden death if they get 1 each. And so that's the game logic we're working through at the moment. And as soon as Mr. P comes back, we will start running through the flow, even though I suppose I can just start guessing stuff here while we're waiting for him and get the testing moving. Why not? So let's load the question. Here we go. All right, let's display it on the board. Let me move myself over to the right here. Move myself completely out of the way. There we go. A bit small there. Okay, so here. I'll just go here for now. All right, so here we go. What percentage of people owe their best friendship to meeting online? Interesting. I mean, I know I've made some very, very good friends online. All the people that I work with at the moment, building all this stuff out, as I'm sure most people have, especially in the crypto space. You know, you get to know a lot of people you work with. So, any guesses? Oh yes, Mrs. Pixel, Mr. P starting on his internet. Heavy snowfall right now. Okay. And Space Cat said, "I'm available anytime you need me, just not now." That's all right, brother. Thanks for the update, Mrs. P. So I'm just going to play against myself here. Will I cheat? Maybe. Okay, so anyone guess what percentage of people owe their best friendship to meeting online? So I'm going to put in, so I believe it was Mr. P that got the first question. You got the high card draw. So let's say Mr. P, you know something? We're going to test out getting it exactly right. It is 21%. I'm going to submit that and let's see what happens here. Okay, so no matter what I do here, I'll just share the screen with everyone so you can see if the contestant guesses it exactly right. They should get it no matter what, obviously, but just to make sure that that logic is working. As you can see here on the back end on the producer dashboard, here's the survey question. Here it is. The answer is 21%, as the producer can see all this. And Mr. P has locked in exactly right, 21%. So no matter what I do, call higher or lower, Mr. P should win it. So let me just go back to this tab and I'll just say higher. Adamek calls higher, reveal the answer. Mr. P wins control, start card run, which is correct. And we were thinking about putting in a little Easter egg into that, possibly. Maybe in two places. So if a person guesses it exactly, maybe it adds 10% to the jackpot total. Or we were also thinking on somebody's ladder run, if a player gets two of a kind, so if they get a two and then they get another two, so they get like a lucky double, it might add on 5% extra to the jackpot. So they're just things that we're kind of thinking about. Oh, I see Josh is in there, Wolf Prowler. I'm in and out, Northern Quebec. Crude internet, story of my life. Yep, I know. There's a lot of snowfall going on at the minute, so but thanks for tuning in, brother. Always good to have you on, hanging out with us. But I'm sure you get to catch them up. And once they come out on YouTube, all the episodes are dropped onto YouTube the very next day as well, guys. So if you are having that issue, Josh, just anytime you do get good internet, just download it, make available offline, and then you can catch up the next day. I know it's not quite the same, but it's pretty good. So let's move along. As you can see here, he gets 21 exactly. So we'll think about putting in that little 10% boost to the jackpot if a player gets that. So that's kind of maybe a little dynamic where players are hoping that the other player might get it because it led to the jackpot for both players. So that might be a cool little dynamic to be put in there. Let me just check here. All right, so let's keep moving along. We're going to start the card run. Mr. P has control. He's got a 10. Let's say he's going to swap it out. He's got a 2. Nice. So we go higher than the 2. It's a 4. Let's go higher than the 4. It's a king. Nice. Lower than the king. Ice. Nice. It's good to get that because we did want to test this out. So Mr. P has frozen. Obviously, we just fixed that ice issue. We hope it should be fully resolved now. So Mr. P has got the ice card. That means the control immediately goes to me without any survey question. In card run. So I get to go higher or lower, but I do not get to swap, which is how we kind of wanted to go. So if we go back to the game board, let's just go higher than the 6. 7. Take it. So what I can do now is I can freeze, and this was one of the things that we were trying to figure out what to do, freeze versus just having a punt at it. So I think what we came up with that, which we actually haven't implemented yet, is if someone takes a punt at it, the other player just gets to gain control straight away and take it. If you take a punt at it and you get it wrong, the other player gets control straight away and they get to move on their ladder without any question. If you freeze, it goes to a question. So you could win it back and swap your card. But we haven't implemented that yet, so I think we'll implement that next. But let's run through and see if we can get to a sudden death round. Okay, so what I'll do here, seeing it's not implemented yet, I'll go higher than 7, 5. Okay, a wrong call. So now it will go in the current state, it will go to a survey question, I believe. Yes, so we know the question. All right. What percentage of people check their bank balance daily? Shit, I think we had that before. But, okay. What we want to do here is we want Mr. P to gain back control of the board. So I think it's actually my turn, or no, I was in control, so it's actually Mr. P. We will automate this as well. So Mr. P is going to answer 30%. And because I don't want to get it right, I'm going to go higher. It's actually 28%. So now Mr. P is getting control. Perfect. As you can see, the ice card removed, and it is now a face down card. Okay, so we're going to start the card run, and it's a king, so we're just going to go lower than a king. 5. I think something changed there. I don't think he was on a king. I think he might have swapped his card. Higher than a 5, it's a 9. Let's go lower than a 9. Ace. Ouch. Okay. So we're back to a survey question. Let's load it up. Interesting one. What percentage of people have used subtitles even when they understand the language? Not sure how that goes. I suppose it's definitely not high, but it's not super low either. So let's go with Mr. P had control, so it should be me next. So I'm going to go with 50%. And I want Mr. P to see this out, so let's go lower. 34. Alright, so we'll get back to Mr. P. I'm going to swap out the 9 to 4. Let's go higher than the 4. 9 again. Let's go lower than the 9. 7. There we go. Mr. P has won the round. Awesome. Well done, Mr. P. Alright, so let's move on to the next round. And here again we deal the high cards. We deal at a max 7. Mr. P, 10. And he won it again. Alright. So it stays up for 5 seconds. And here we go. Next question. What percentage of people judge a restaurant by its dessert menu? Mr. P is answering first. Anyone in the chat? What we got? Anyone want to take a stab at it? Chat could be a little bit laggy as well, so it's hard to know. But let's so. I would say people that judge a restaurant by its dessert menu. Interesting. We'll go with 45%. And Mac is going to say higher. The answer is 46%. All right. So, at a Mac card room, you want to keep the king? Want to go lower? 8. Let's go lower than the 8. Another 8. There we go. Like I was saying earlier, we might add in that Easter egg, where if someone gets a little double, a pair like that, that we will maybe increase the jackpot a little bit, and that would affect both players. So sometimes a nice little dynamic where they might actually be rooting for each other. All right, Mrs. P. All right, 85%. That was a bit on the high side. All right, hang in there for the next one. All right, we got the 8. Okay, I'm going to go higher than the 8. An ace. There we go. Lower than the ace. 6. Higher than the 6. 9. Come on. Lower than the 9. Jack. So close. So close. I was half right or wrong. You were. Brilliant. Brilliant. I love it. All right. Mrs. P. Question coming up. Let's go. And I have control, so Mrs. P can answer for Mr. P. What percentage of people archive old social posts rather than delete them? Mrs. P, what is the percentage? What do you got? I'll wait a minute for the chat here. It could be a little bit laggy, but let's see. All right, and if you're just tuning in, anybody, this is Mod Media. We are building a live game show for the Hackathon, the Pump Fun Hackathon. And you can go and check out our website. Let me see these banners here. You can check out our website. It is moonordust.media. You can see everything that we're doing over there. You have all the tabs and stuff on the site, so you can look into the Pump Fund Hackathon and stuff like that. So be sure to go and check it out. Our X handle is at moonordustmedia. And if you are new to the project, do pick yourself up a bag of Mafia. So I think Mr. P has made a return and he's on the verge of getting whitewashed. So let's see, Mrs. P, did I get an answer? 5% maybe, or 6. Space Cat is saying 22%. All right, let's see. So we'll go with Mrs. P saying what? 5%, maybe 6, 5. Okay, so 5 it is. Mr. P, are you back with us?
Hey, I am back. Can you hear me? Test.
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Sweet. Sorry about that, everybody. My internet just took a dump on me there. It's dumping snow out here, so my apologies for that. Looks like I'm getting whitewashed here as well.
Well, you won the first one, so we're about to go to sudden death if I win this one.
Okay. My lovely wife,
your wife,
there taking my place, is she?
Yes, your wife gave an answer of 5%. If you want to answer mine, because I can see it. Is it higher or lower than 5%?
I'm going to say higher, assuming she... Yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah. Let's go higher.
Kind of backed into a corner there, really, with 5%. I learned that before. All right, so higher than 5%.
Let's see it.
42%.
Wow. Close, Mrs. P.
Close. Getting closer, getting warmer.
Right.
All right, so we're about to go here. Let's see, I'm going to swap that card. I just swapped it and I got another 9. Believe that? All right, okay, I'm going to go lower than the 9. Damn.
Ouch.
All right. Next question up. What percentage of people have bought something because an influencer promoted it? Control, so it's Mr. P.
Okay. What percentage of people? I'm going to say 65.
65. Mr. P says 65. I'm going to say lower than that.
All right.
I think that's a bit high, or lower. And 41.
All right.
All right. I suppose we go for a swap again here. 10. Come on. All right. Well, lower than 10. 8. All right. It's sudden death time.
Okay, perfect. This is what I've been looking to get to.
Yes.
How are we doing? How's everybody out there in the chat right now? I see Space Cat's in here. Josh is in here. My lovely wife, Mrs. P, is in here. Cool.
Yeah. We've got 18 live viewers currently. So,
awesome. Shout out to you guys. Don't be shy. Give us feedback. Drop in the chat. Ask us questions. No problem at all.
Please. For sure.
All right.
So we're ready to go into sudden death.
So this is the new sudden death, right? That we devised.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like the new kind of highlight reel that they have on Pump Fund right now. I think if you scroll to the right, Mod Mafia is there with 18 viewers.
Yeah.
You can see the stream. There we go. Let's
Tazzy.
go.
Yeah, Tazzy's here too. What up, Tazzy? Thank you.
All right, Taz.
Yeah, some good viewership today. I like it.
Yep. Growth is good. It's and I hope people are learning, following along, enjoying the stream. It's a lot of fun. So this is our first blast at the sudden death round, our new iteration of, did we say, are we 10 cards or are we 7?
Well, we had 7. We discussed maybe 10, but we were going to just test it out first and see how the flow was, what the pacing was, and then we kind of maybe make a a final
Yeah,
decision on that. Of course, anybody in the chat, let us know what your thoughts are on this.
yeah. So let's run this through as if it was happening live, and let's get a feel for what the flow is like here.
All right, let's not dilly dally.
All
So
right.
let's run through it as though it's a
Yeah.
real game. All right,
All right. So Mr. P, you got a queen. Nice.
take it.
Nine. Mr. P
Okay.
wins. 5 second countdown, and we should have our ladders. There we go. Oh, as you
Okay.
can see, they're going way over off the side of the screen. How many got there? Two, four, six, eight, nine, I believe, is it?
Is that including our own base card 10?
Nine in the base. There we go. All right, so we do have the 10. We just have to
There we
tidy
go.
all that up. Obviously, we don't want to be scrolling across the board
Yeah, yeah, we'll get
like
there.
a bunch of amateurs. All right, so Mr. P, you're up.
Okay, let's hit the
Now,
question.
obviously, here we get our question.
All right.
Oh, I'm going to skip that now. I'm going to hide this here. Okay.
What percentage of people keep an emergency fund covering 3 months' expenses? Okay, I'm going to say 30%.
30%. I'm going to go lower than that. I'm not cheating here as well. I've it covered. So I'm going to
Okay.
go lower. Mr. P says 30. Our survey said 23. All right. All right.
Well, relatively close.
Yep. All right. So now I have control, obviously, here in the back end here. And the producer, I do not have an option to swap out any cards. This is just high octane, go for it, try and get to the end.
Yeah,
So here we
this
go.
is sudden death round.
Yes, sudden death. All right, let's go.
All right, hit your run.
All right, queen, go lower than the queen. Another queen. All right.
Right.
And I was mentioning earlier, Jay, about possible Easter eggs for getting a pair or hitting different things.
Run a
All right,
three
here we go.
jackpot multiplier or something like that. Is that what we're
Jack on the
thinking?
Velcro. Well, you have it. It'll make a nice dynamic where a player would actually be kind of rooting for the other player to get that stuff because it would increase the jackpot for them too.
Yeah, true.
All right, so I go lower than the queen. 6, higher than the 6. King, go on. Lower than the king. 10, lower than the 10. Queen.
All right, so
All
that
right,
just passes to me right now, right?
go straight to you, Mr.
I'm
P.
running.
Card run. Here you go.
All right, higher than the 3,
Higher than the 3. King.
lower than the king.
Lower than the king. Queen.
It's lower than the queen.
Lower than queen. 6.
Higher than the 6.
Higher than the 6. 10.
Lower than the 10. Why not? Go for it.
Lower than a 10. 2.
Ooh, higher than the 2.
Higher than the 2. 3.
Ooh, higher than the 3. Scroll over.
Higher than 3. 10.
Scroll over. We can't see. Hold
I've
on.
gone
Let me
over.
move us. Let me move us down here like this for now. Okay, let's go. Lower than the 10.
Lower than the 10.
And higher, but
10. Last one.
let's go. Let me look at my deck. Let's go higher than the 10.
Higher than the 10. Queen. Nice call.
Woo. All right. I just looking at the cards I had and I was like, let's go higher. Okay.
Yep.
So there we go. Full 10 card run.
I kind of enjoyed that round.
Yeah. How do we feel about
I
the
think
pacing of that?
I think 10 is good too. I
Yeah.
think 10 is good. It gives it obviously you got through it there like pretty good in one run, right?
Hmm.
But a lot of times that probably wouldn't happen, so you get a little bit of back and forth. But I think 10 card ladder allows that. Will allow a little bit of back and forth and a little bit of banter, and
Yeah. Yeah. I
so you
agree.
can't swap. You can't
Yeah.
swap at any point. There's no questions. So
Hmm.
yeah, I kind of like having 10 cards in there.
Yeah. I like for sudden death.
Yeah, so I think all that went relatively smooth. I do want to get another ice card because I wasn't too sure. I couldn't remember what the card was before the ice card or
Okay. Yeah.
after I went
Gotcha.
back to the ice card. I'd have to look back and check on the replayed video just to be
Hmm.
sure. I think the card that you were on actually changed or something because it was a king. unless I got, and then it iced out.
How do you mean?
Oh yeah, that's actually fine. Sorry, yeah. So you were on a king, and then I went lower than the king, and ice card came up.
Mm,
So I think it worked. I think it worked fine. I think it worked fine.
okay.
The one thing that we do need to implement now next is, which I'll start working on here in a moment when you go back to your card, is um, that we want. Remember, we were discussing about the difference between freezing and taking a punt
Yes.
and getting punished for getting a wrong punt.
Hmm.
So if they get it wrong, it like sudden death here, it switches to the other player and they get to go straight on a run without a question. If you freeze, it moves it to a question, so you have an option to gain back control and swap your card. So
Got it.
there's an explicit advantage to freezing over just taking a punt, whereas right now there's not really.
Hmm. Right.
Even
Exactly.
though ChatGPT tried to sell it to us, but as soon as we corrected it, it said how great our idea was.
Right. Oh,
So
good old AI, always there to let you know even your worst ideas are the best ideas ever.
yeah, so I think that was a good run. I think once we implement that, I'll start working on a prompt for that now. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, I think we have that actually set up in ChatGPT already.
Okay.
It was our last discussion with ChatGPT, so I'm just going to copy that in, and I will put it to work. So it is a pretty significant core game flow change. So there will be a little bit involved in it. So if you see me, um, let me just give everybody a quick look at it here before I go ahead and do this in the background, Mr. P, while you're working on the cards.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let me
Just
share my screen here for everybody. Um,
1 second here. Just this is the. I just
oh
want
yeah,
to give everyone
yeah,
a
go
quick
for it.
look at the prompt. This was
Go for
basically
it.
what it is. Surgical. This is a surgical replicate AI agent prompt to modify the existing code base to implement the new rule. In standard rounds only, wrong, high, low guess, instant turnover to opponent without a survey question, and opponent gets a swap. So the opponent is eligible to swap. So guessing wrong um, does punish you a little bit. Especially, you could have the option to freeze and force it to a question rather than just taking a punt, which seemed to be a little bit of an issue for us. So replicate adjustment prompt. This is the prompt that ChatGPT has lined up for us. It should be, we read over it in the last one, but we just haven't implemented it yet. So I will copy that code. I will go back to Replit here. I'll put it to plan mode. Let's see it, share it. Here we go. Pop back to Replit here. I will put it into plan mode. Very important, so it doesn't just, the agent just start off doing its own thing here. Put it into plan mode. I will run this by the agent. Then I will have the agent make that into tasks. I will have the architect lay out those tasks explicitly, explicit guidance for the agent to carry them out. We'll get the agent to perform it, and if the agent doesn't call the architect to review afterwards, I will call the architect to review afterwards, and then we'll go for another test. So if anyone is available to come on within the next maybe 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes, let us know. Shoot us a
Yeah, would
message, and we'll pull you up.
yeah, would be sweet. Anybody in the chat, you're available to come on here live with us and run through a game. You can take me on, the reigning champ. Um, I'm here for the taking. So if anybody's got the minerals, you just hit us up, and we can send you an invite, some way, shape, or form. All right. Well, should I jump on here so item to some
Yeah,
graphic work? All right.
yeah, and I'll probably come down, pull myself down here because when it's working hard here, it kind of gets laggy and stuff. So
Was all leggy? Yeah, no worries. Um,
yeah,
all right. So let's do that. So here was the prompt that I had before I was rudely interrupted by bad internet. There it is, and I did run it since we came back. So this is what we got. I asked for a kind of a more mysterious kind of a style figure to use, and I do kind of like the way this guy looks. Um, And of course, I'm using OpenArt.ai. This is Nano Banana Pro, I believe I was using. Yeah, Nano Banana Pro right there. That's where we're doing the setting. So let's run another one or two of these and see what we get. But I do like the style of that. I like the kind of mysterious figure guy. And we can pop some text as well, maybe ice on there. Not the ice you know and love. This is Mafia ice. So yeah, so let's see how this one is going to come out. And what I'll do in the meantime is I will open up my Photoshop here, so that once we do find what we want, we can pop it in there and check it out against the other ones. And of course, the software that you're seeing right now is OpenArt.ai. It's where you can go. It's got tons of models, loads of tools in here using AI for graphics, video creation, production, all that kind of thing. I would strongly advise anybody, if you're into this kind of thing, go and check it out. OpenArt.ai. See, my credits are running low. Damn it, I'm working too much. I need to upgrade my plan. But it tops me up once every month as well. So I got the month subscription on here. All right, looks like we got a new one. All right. Ooh, that's looking pretty cool too, I have to say. And what I'm mainly looking at here is the character themselves, particularly, to see what we kind of get. So what I did want was to have them pointing at the screen. So like it's like they're shooting you. So I'm going to pop the image that I got in here. I want the character to be pointing the gun at the, let's say, screen / viewer, like he is about to shoot. Okay, so let's pop in that prompt because it shows now the card, so it's analyzing the image and it's going to let me know. Got it. Visually, you want direct viewer engagement without turning it into a chaotic action scene. The keywording is okay, so let's see. I will take the prompt that it's giving us here and we'll pop back over and let's pop in the new one and let's run it and see what it gives us. And let's see if it's going to give us exactly what we're looking for. But I do like these other two. I like the idea of somebody getting iced, put on ice, swimming with the fishies, as they say. Okay, so let's see what we got. I'm going to pull up my Photoshop here now as well. So I was showing you guys the back card, and I showed a little earlier too, all the color cards. So I did get all the cards done, 52 cards, all the suits sorted. So I'm not sure exactly how far we are off from integrating those into the actual game, and we can confirm that as well. Okay, looks like we got a new one. Okay, so it's still not really giving us what we want. So maybe let's go back here and say, I'll drop it in. I want the viewer to be facing down the barrel of the gun. He must be pointing directly at the viewer. Okay, so let's see what our next prompt is. And I'm going to tell it I'm using Nano Banana Pro. Okay. So maybe, and it's always good to tell it what model you're using. I thought I had already told it in this chat, but maybe it was another one. So yeah, so what, let's see what it gives us here. Okay. So there's our next prompt. So let's go and run this one on the same dimensions, 2K, and let's see what we got. How are we looking? Anybody in the chat? Tazzy, not if I want my nuts to be kicked in. It's 12:30 a.m. here. Sorry. No worries, Tazzy. Appreciate the response, brother. It's all good. I know Adam's over in the same side of the world as you there, so he's on the same boat right now. But yeah, so let's see what we're going to get here. I have to say I do kind of like this one, honestly. But let's see what else it gives us, and we can bounce between two different compositions, different poses for the guy. So let's see. Of course, anybody is just tuning in, we are moonerdust.media. Go and check out the website, see everything that we're doing. We already have another game show that we built. We tested it in public. We didn't build it in public, but this one for the hackathon, we are building in public. We were already 26 episodes into that bad boy. It's been a lot of fun. We've given over 5K away, I would say, in prizes to multiple different projects. Top win was like $850, I believe, was early on. But yeah, so go and check that out. And this is going to be our next game show that's going to go live when we're all done here, when this is built. And it'll be two projects, two developers, two community representatives taking each other on in this game for a final jackpot. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's check out what we got. Okay, we're getting closer. Yeah, I like that. I like it. Let's run a few more of these. Let's do another 2 of these and see what we got or what we're going to get in the meantime. But yeah, and of course, everybody, you are watching the Pump Fun Build in Public Hackathon, where we're going to be building out this game for the first time, full public build, and we're going to test it, and we're going to live stream it once it's done. I'm sure Sean will probably be hosting. So yeah, I'm excited to see it. And of course, the first one that we did, called Moon or Dust, of course, is a Deal or No Deal style game. Instead of whales, instead of bankers, we got whales. Instead of cases, we got wallets. But it's a really good, fun game, fully functional AI whales that interact, give the offers to the player in real time, so they interact with the game in real time. 3 different whales, 3 different characters. If you want to see the most recent episode, you can go down to previous streams there, scroll back along, and you'll find it. And we got all the other episodes on our YouTube, and they're also on our website as well. And of course, like I always say, if you like what we are doing here, you share the vision. You visited the website, you like it all, hey, pick yourself up a bag of Mafia. We are not going to be stopping, and there's a ton of utility attached to it as well as part of everything that we're doing. All right, let's have a look at what we got. Okay, not too bad, and let's see the next one. And it's the character mainly that I'm looking at here. That's pretty nice too. I'm going to run another 2 of these and see. It seems to be churning them out pretty quickly. This one or 2, I do like that. Character's good. He's got that mysterious vibe, which is, I'm trying to keep it somewhat mysterious. And this character is pretty cool too, but we're not really looking down the barrel. I do like the idea of the barrel. Staring down the barrel. Okay, so let's see what we get here. Next up, of course, I am using Nano Banana Pro here within openart.ai to do these creations. And as you can see here, you can select multiple models, all different models here that you can use depending on your use case. Other time you just, test them out and see. So this is the most recent one we got. Not too bad. The silencer. Ooh, this guy's got the freaky looking. You got the red eyes and everything. All right, and I'm going to run a few more of these here in the meantime, but we can come up and get back to biz on the development front. And once I find 1 or 2 that we like, I'll flash this back up again, and we can bring it over into Photoshop and do a little messing around with it and attach it in and give it a nice name. The ice card, the Iceman. The Iceman cometh. Okay. I think you're muted there, Adam, as well.
Yeah, it could be a bit laggy here now. There's some end-to-end testing going on.
Gotcha.
Let me know if it's not working too good.
Okay. I'll have another one or two generating here in the background while we're waiting. And once I get something good, I'll pop it up. And like I said, we can bring it over to Photoshop, mess around with it for a minute, and see what we get. So yeah, so far there's like maybe 2 out of these that I've seen that I kind of like. He certainly needs to be wearing a glove too, I think, when he's holding the gun. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Ooh, yeah, I found a nice one here. Right?
I like it. Yeah, that one's pretty sweet.
Getting iced. Yeah, I like it. Let's keep running them and see what else we got. Here's the next one that we got. Also pretty cool. I mean, the graphics in general are looking pretty cool. I have to say, yeah, this is probably my top dog so far. Looks like he's got the glove on. Yeah, it's working. That one's working for me. But hey, it can always get better. Let's try another one and see what we get. And he doesn't. My only issue with that is he doesn't have the silencer on there. But that's something we can maybe even do. Just pop it on there. But we'll see. We'll see what else we get here. I could always take one of these barrels here, like this, cut this out, and pop that over the front of it and make that work as well, if needs be. If I get what I want. Okay, we got a clanger. We got an AI clanger. Anyway, bound to happen. Always happens at some point. But yeah, that is definitely my top dog so far. And here's another one. We could basically cut this out, the circular front, and then place it over the top of this one. So it would look like there's a silencer right there. So I got the gun angle perfect, to be honest, square on. And here's the other one. Yeah, not so good. Okay, this is the one that I'm liking so far. So I'm going to copy that. And let me bring that over into Photoshop for right now. We'll move away from the card back. Let me copy the wrong one. Copy image. Let me see if this is going in here correctly. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let me stop this screen and I will share my Photoshop window right here. And let me add that to the stage. Okay, there we are. All right. So I'm going to grab that. Actually, let me hide these guides. And let's bring them right in and see what we got. Okay, there it is. Now let me just show you guys what I was talking about with the silencer situation. I think I like this one. So let's copy that and we'll bring that over. There it is. So what I'll do is I can get my guides, come down here and just line them all up so I get this angle right when I'm creating this circle. And just line it up with the other line there. Now I'll go to my marquee tool here, select the circle and use this as my guide. So get to all those extremities and then I will create a new layer from that. Control and J. I'll hide that one. And let's scale it down a touch. So there's what we got. Maybe I just make it a little more circular. So this is something that we can do if we want. Let me hide these guides again. See if this is, I mean, this may not work, but let's see. Okay, there's the gun. All right. How's that color? So I'm going to adjust the color on our actual character a little bit here. So let me adjust the levels. So it kind of matches a little better with the barrel of the gun there, or the silencer. How's that look? Who's in the chat? Let me know. How's that look? Is it looking any better here? What do you think, Adam? Think that's looking good? Here it is, with, without, with, without, with, without.
Yeah, I like it.
Like it?
I like it. That looks awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, so obviously this little reflection in here means that there is a, it makes you think that you're looking at it from an angle. So what I'll do is I'll get this color on the inside of the barrel, and I will just paint over what's right there, so we don't get that. And I can see too, we have some extra stuff right there from the initial cut. So I'll get my pen tool out. I'll take it from the corner here. And get my arc. Oh, what the? Okay, there we go. Get that arc. May not be a perfect circle, but it's not going to make too much of a difference. Okay, let's cut that out. Selection, and just delete that so we can tidy up the edges. Okay, that is looking pretty good, I have to say. Let's have a look at the color of this so we can get it to match. Yeah, okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. I like it. I'm going to save that always. So what we can do then is I'll cut out this character here away from the backing, and then we can tie it into our own backdrop and make it more, with the rest of the cards, kind of make it feel like it's from the same deck, which is obviously very important, of course. Keeping that theme across everything. Okay, that's pretty good. Let me know whenever you're ready, Adam. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out so everybody can watch me and my magnificent pen tool skills. It's just taken me years to develop. If anybody's not familiar, I actually began using Photoshop before digital cameras were even a thing. Yes, I'm old, but I don't feel old at all. Young at heart, everybody. The best way to stay. But yeah, and my first job was, it was for a stock photography company back where I'm from in Kerry in Ireland. And it was called Stockbite. It was ultimately bought out by Getty Images, which is a big, big company over here. I'm sure everybody's pretty familiar with Getty Images. But yeah, so what I used to have to do was, the photographer would go out. It was film. It was obviously film then. And they take all the pictures, they bring them back. We would digitize them. And what I would have to do when I was cutting my teeth learning Photoshop was you would have to zoom in at like 200%, and you'd have to remove all the dust particles that were contracted onto the film. So as you can imagine, I was using the clone tool non-stop to do that. But it made me very proficient in using shortcuts and getting used to using the software back in those days. I mean, I'm trying to think what CS was. I don't think CS was even a thing back then when it came to Photoshop or Adobe. But yeah, so I was doing that, and then we'd have to do that, zoom in at 200%, 250% for every single picture that came in. And then anywhere there was like a logo or something like that, we'd have to remove the logo. It's a can of Coke or something like that. We'd have to take the Coke off it and make sure there was no copyright infringements, all that kind of thing. So yeah, that's where I got my start using Photoshop. And I never looked back. And here I am, 70 years later, still using it. But yeah, it's been It's been an awesome tool, honestly. All the Adobe stuff I love, I use a lot. And of course, it is a subscription. You need to pay for the Adobe suite, or you can get Photoshop and so on. But there are some free alternatives out there too for anybody, that you can use as a really good free Photoshop alternative called GIMP out there. It's got a load of the same features, very, very similar layout as far as I'm aware. I haven't used it too much myself personally because, I always use Photoshop, but I do know people that have used it and they use it a lot. And like I said, it is free, or was free anyway, the last time I kind of inquired into it, but I don't see why they'd probably change that. I'm sure there are paid options you can have too, but um, it was free as far as I'm aware. So if anybody does want to get in and use this kind of a software, I know everybody kind of uses AI now, but you can get so far with AI, but you always want to be able to come back and be able to really customize things if you need to do it, if you're not getting the desired result you want. I know there's a lot of people looking at what I'm doing right now also and saying, why don't you just go to the remove background? Well, sometimes, I can be a bit anal and it doesn't give me exactly what I want when I do that. So that's why I'm doing it manually. So there it is. That I've cut all around our guy. I'm going to right click here. I'm going to make a selection with a 0 feather, and I'm going to select my card, Control J, which will give me a new layer out of that. And there it is. And there is our guy for the ice card. And there's the backdrop. There is our silencer right there for it. It's looking nice, I think. I'm going to save that too before my power cuts out and I start crying. Nobody wants to see that or even hear that it ever happened. So,
No,
how are you feeling, Adam?
I'm crying. Not
How are
live
you
on stream anyway.
Yeah. How are we feeling about our ice man?
Iceman's pretty damn cool.
Okay.
Maybe if we put a little icicle off the silencer, might be cool.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we
Maybe,
could have a
but
maybe we could have a little card up here or some text saying ice, but we'll figure it out. I like it so far. I mean, we don't
yep,
it doesn't have to look like a jack, or like it doesn't have to have that mirror effect. I think we can just have it straight like the dude shooting you. We'll tie it in that way. What do you think?
yeah,
Besides
yep.
going for the mirror effect.
Special card, like.
Yeah, special card. I mean, let's have a look. We can mess around with it and then we can make our decision after the fact. So let's say, for example, I'll take this guy. There he is. Now I'm going to say I'm duplicating that whole layer there, so we have always the original to fall back on. So this one I can play around with. So I'll flatten that image so the silencer is now flat on there too. And let's treat it like it was another card. I know how it'll work here now with this, but let's see. So I'm going to edit, transform, rotate. Edit, transform, rotate 180. Okay, so there's that guy. So he would have to sit somewhere around there. Yes, it's not really going to work out too well for us if we try to do. Maybe I did have him a little big, to be honest. Okay, so let's say if we have him there, let's just go like it's straight in the halfway mark, somewhere around there. And let's duplicate him and edit, transform, rotate 180. So this is kind of how he might look. If we wanted to make it like an actual other playing card, let's say, for example, the way they would look mirrored. So there'd be a little bit of tweaking we'd have to do there, but I mean, that's kind of just wanted to give people the idea, the concept behind it, how it might look if we wanted to go that route, or else we just go for the straight, classic card. We can pop a little border on it, but what are you going to say, Adam?
Yeah, I think the straight up dude without even being turned over, you kind of
Being a
do something
mirror.
cool with the background as well. Then.
Mm-hmm. Yep, agreed. Okay, well there's our Iceman, everybody. You get that guy, he puts you on ice in the game, which is cool. Very nice. All right. Okay. Do you want to jump back over to the game, Adam? Have a look. And I did pose a
Yes,
question there while I was building this out. I know I've sent you over the cards, the face of the cards at least.
yes.
How far out are you from maybe integrating something like that at this point?
We're pretty close. I mean, obviously, it'd be good to get the the backs of the cards because that's just going to fill the ladder initially.
Yeah, we can do that,
Um,
and I can get just a regular
so
placeholder for now that we can
yeah,
use. We can
yeah,
always just swap it
exactly.
out after. Once we kind of lock in our exact design that we want. And I do want to play around with that design a little more. But again, once we have a logo kind of thought out and a name thought out, I think, it's going to help a lot with locking that in. Should I bring up your screen again, Adam?
Yeah,
All right, let's pop it up here. All right. Okay, so let everybody know where we're at. Of course, the software that we're using, you just saw me using Photoshop and OpenArt.ai. The software that we're using here to actually build it out in code, vibe coding software, is called Replit. There are other ones out there too that people use. Lovable is one, Cursor is another one. But Replit is the one of choice here for Adam, and he's been using it for a while. So yeah, if anybody wants to follow along, go and check it out yourself. Usually when you go in and sign up for these or download them, you get some free credits and things like that to try it out. So yeah, go try it out, see what you can do, and join along with us in the build out and learn how to use the software and stuff. Okay, Adam, where are we at?
exactly. So what we put in that this prompt here, as I was talking about it earlier, from ChatGPT, where we wanted to adjust the existing game show build to implement a new rule for standard rounds. So the issue that we felt we were having, just for a quick recap, is differentiating between the advantages of freezing versus, just taking a stab at it, getting it high or low. Because either way, whether you freeze or whether you went ahead, took a guess whether the next card was higher or lower, if you got it wrong, it would just revert to the same thing. So we didn't see that there was much of an advantage to freezing at all. Just have a go at it because otherwise it just reverts whether you freeze or whether you don't. It just reverts to a survey question, and you're kind of back at the same stage. So what we implemented was, um, if you guess and get it incorrect, it gives the other player immediate control and they get to swap if they want, or they can just have a straight run without any survey question. If you freeze, it goes to a survey question and you have a chance to gain back control and swap your card. So I think that led a nice, you know, it makes it a little bit more tactical whether you decide to freeze or not, because just guessing and getting it wrong it wasn't really much of a disadvantage or an advantage to freeze or guess. So we just wanted to make sure that it did make sense and it adds a little bit more tactics to the game as well. So we're going to come back here and share it. I put in that prompt that you just seen there, and the architect devised a nice clean plan to implement it, and we had the architect run end-to-end tests after the fact as well once it's all done, and we are pretty much ready to go and have another game and test this out. So let's pull it up here. We are in what you're seeing here now is Replit, so I'm going to full screen that one, which is going to be our main game screen. And then like we do here, we just, to get our producer dashboard back up, a nice fresh iteration of it, we put in control here in our URL at the top. Now there we have our producer dashboard. I'll full screen that. And I will pull that up here. And this one down here. Okay, so here's our producer dashboard. Add a Mac, set that.
Oh, we're not seeing that now. If you think you're showing it, just in case. There we go.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Mr. P. Set that. Generate our questions, and this is all what'll be happening um, in the producer dashboard before we go live on a game show. The producer will be setting all this up and getting it ready, and you will see this. Obviously, everything's going to look much prettier. Have sound effects, background music, all that fun stuff, animations, everything. But right now, we're using OpenAI integration to generate our batch of 50 questions that we're going to use for our survey round. So there we go. 50 questions are ready, and now they are. We're going to move over this tab. There's our game screen. Start the match. And obviously, it starts with dealing high cards.
Let's do it.
There we go. Adam Mac, Mr. P. There we go. All right. Adam Mac, Jack. Nice. Jack, tie,
Twinsies. Who would have
twinsies.
thought?
And this was actually one of the things that we came across, and I think this is the first time we've gotten a tie since we made that fix.
Yeah, it is.
And what was actually happening was, as soon as you never got to see the second player's card. If it was a tie, it just went straight to redealing. You never got to see what happened. So obviously we set it at a 5-second timer so everyone could see. The data came up showing, oh, it's a tie, and it redrew the cards. And here we are, ready to go again. Adam Mac, King, nice. Mr. P, Queen, close.
All right. Okay, good flow, nice flow. Let's keep moving here now. Let's get an idea for the pacing as well as we go.
Yep. All right, let me skip that. Okay. Read them out there, you Mr. P.
Okay, round one. We asked 100 people, what percent of people re-gift unwanted presents? Out of 100, what percentage of people re-gift unwanted presents? Adam.
I think it's going to be pretty low. I'm going to go with 20%.
All right. Okay, Adam says 20%, locks in. Mr. Pixel, are you going to go higher or lower than 20%? I am going to go higher than 20% for shits and giggles. So let's run with that. Our survey says 23. All right. Okay, I'll take control. And now, Mr. Pixel, would you like to swap or huddle? I will swap the 8. Give me bad vibes over there, and I get a 7. Awesome. Okay, well, let's just run it and go with lower than a 7.
Lower than a 7. 9. Wrong call.
So Adam, basically, based on what you said there now a little earlier, that's so if I because I can't freeze on the base card, I have to run it, right?
Yes, you get to swap though.
I get to swap. Yes, but what I'm saying is, like, if we had a thing in there where if you get, instead of freezing, if you take the run, you lose the fact of it getting just straight handed over to you without a question, right?
Yeah.
So what happens? We're going to need to adjust that for from the base card, because like I have no choice at the my first run of the ladder. So maybe that's something we'll have to key in there. What do you think? I mean,
yes.
Based on what you were saying, it would just go right to you right now because I got it wrong, but I didn't have a chance to freeze anyway. So I'm being punished for, a choice that I didn't have, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the thing is that could happen. I believe that could happen anywhere on the ladder.
Yes.
Right? If you can't freeze your first card because you have the ability to swap it.
Well, yes, I agree with that. But like but I don't have the option to freeze because I'm on my base card. So I'm just saying that'll have to be something, because let's say if I was on my second card, right? And then I said, I'm just going to run it and not freeze. If I get it wrong, you just get to go on the ladder right away, right? There's no other question.
Yes.
Okay, so we need to just put in a guardrail there for if it happens jumping straight off the base card, it should go to another question if I don't get past the first card, right?
Yes, I'll just make a note of that here.
Okay,
So
perfect.
I'm just going to say one small flow issue. If the very first card, for the very first card, if a player swaps and then gets the guess incorrect, we should go to a question as that player never had the opportunity to freeze. We should keep the it's been implemented. What's he calling it? Just so I get the verbiage right. Leave it here. They're calling it turnover, yes. Okay, should keep the previously implemented turnover.
I just want to say a big shout out as well to everybody that's in the chat joining us today. I hope you guys are learning something. It's been quite the journey so far. We're getting very close, of course. We've been kind of building here side by side. We'd be building out the game and all that, the functionality, the logic, and all that. But we're also building out the graphics too in real time at the same time. So we're kind of bouncing back and forth here. This is all part of our Pump One Hackathon build in public. But of course, we're not just building a game, we have an entire ecosystem, multiple shows, game shows, casino games. We got loads going on. Go and check us out at our website, moonerdust.media. And if you like what we're doing, you share the vision, you want to join the ride with us, go and pick yourself up a bag of Mafia. Shout out to my guy Yates. Mafia is on fire. Yes, sir, it is. It's doing really well actually today. Appreciate everybody for sharing the vision with us, pumping up that chart. It looks great, keeps everybody's morale high, community's loving it. And we're at 150 million tokens locked for a year. Shout out to Dr. Chuck from Fire Chicken. He went away and locked another 20 million today. What a guy. He's been instigating some buy parties as well in the Telegram last couple of nights. Been a lot of fun. So shout out to you, Chuck, man. You are the guy. Great job. Really appreciate
No,
it.
I think we're actually more than that. I think Sean locked up another
Oh, you're right.
25.
Okay, so we're at 175 million tokens locked for a year.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. Or I think maybe 150 million are locked for a year. I think the one, I'm not sure. I got to find out, but there's definitely 150 locked for a year anyway. I'm not sure about the other 25 million, how long they're locked for, if it's 3 months or a year. But they're locked, and there's a ton locked on there as well. So that's why you see that floor holding so well, growing so well on the chart right now. Is because our community is absolutely awesome and they share the vision, they share what we're doing, what we're building here, I guess, and they're all behind it. So, massive, massive shout out to the community, man. They're absolutely crushing it, and we appreciate it so much. And it's, we're doing this every day, multiple streams. It's intense, no doubt about it. So, having the community support behind us is everything. It's so important. So, shout out to you guys. Love you guys. You're making this much easier for us with the support. So can't thank you all enough for all that. And yeah, of course, we do have the trending show, which we just had on before this. You can go and view it down there on the previous streams here on Pump Fun. We'll be posting it again on all our other socials after the fact tomorrow, across YouTube, across X, multiple channels, totaling over 200K plus subscribers on all those channels. So you do get some really, really good exposure when you come on here with us and when you join part of the trending show. Got that trending bot installed, highlighting the top 5 projects. No reason to not do it, guys. And of course, when you do have that bot installed, also when this new game show gets added to our roster along with our current game show, Moon or Dust, there'll be many opportunities to have your project come on live in real time and win some Mafia token for your community. Lock it up in that treasury as well. and join the ride in that way. You never know what that kind of money can be used for. It can go a long way depending on what you win. So, and you can check out the most recent episode of that down there in the previous streams too, to see what that's like. Get an idea of the standard that we're looking to build to here as well. So yeah, there you go, Mafia token, baby. Let's pick it up, get a bag, enjoy the ride. Let's have some fun. All
All
right, Adam,
right.
moving on
Okay,
here.
so yeah, I've just popped it in here now. This change
Mhm.
for if the opponent does not have the option to freeze at some point, it's unfair that it swaps over. So the architect has put a plan together. I won't implement it now because it will reset our game and mess things up here. So I think we should just run through, or do you want to implement it first?
Now let's run through. Let's continue because
You
we're
can run
closing
through.
in on very close to the 2 hour mark here now. So we'll probably wrap it
Okay.
up here pretty
Yep.
shortly.
All
I
right.
got a farm to tend to here once I'm done. So
Yeah. And I got a bed to tend to as well. Probably another hour. Probably stay and do another bit of work for an hour or so, but we'll
Mhm.
hit it then after that.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
so all right, I'm not going to swap. I'm just going to go.
Let's see the game board.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I actually have the option to freeze here,
Okay.
so I think that shouldn't really have the option to freeze here either, even after a turnover.
Yeah, you shouldn't
Okay,
have the
so
option to freeze right away anyway.
no, no. Okay, so I'm just going to go higher than five. Ace, I'll
Nice.
take it. Lower than the ace, 10. Lower than the 10, 8. All right, I'm going to freeze.
All right.
Now we should be going to a survey question. Yes, we are.
Correct.
Right it.
Okay, let's see that question.
Just had a little glitch out there. 1 second. Will it return back? Okay. Okay.
All right. Next question. What percentage of people have lied about their age online? Ooh, I reckon that could be pretty high. Uh, let's go with 65%.
65.
Probably too high now that I think about it, but hey, go for it. Whatever.
65. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to say it's probably maybe a little bit lower than that.
All right.
I'm assuming it's what percentage of people have admitted about lying about their age online, really.
Well, I guess they'd have to admit it for the survey. Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
All
I'm going
right.
to say it's lower. All right. 21.
Way lower.
Yep.
All right, Adam, you got control again.
All right, so I am going to swap it. Now here I do have the option to freeze again, which doesn't make sense. So I'm just
No.
going to take a quick screenshot here so I can have that. Like after just gaining control, you shouldn't have the option to freeze here in the producer dashboard. So
Mm-hmm.
let's just keep that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap. I'm just going to ignore the freeze for now. 7. Now I don't have the option to freeze. If I get this wrong,
I'm going to gain control.
they're going to gain control. So like, should I have the option to freeze after swapping here? If you don't like,
No, I don't think you should. Like, if you freeze, or no, if you swap. I mean, no, because you're still on the same card you started your run with.
yeah. But now if I get it wrong, now this new mechanic we've implemented, if I get it wrong now, you just get straight control of the board and you can swap.
Okay.
So now I don't have the ability to freeze anymore. I've just
Okay.
lost it.
Okay. So, yeah, and again, if you get this wrong, you shouldn't be punished because you've no choice. You have to play.
I have to play.
Yes. So it's only if you're on a run, I think,
Yes.
and you don't take advantage of the freeze.
Yeah. So let me just make a note here.
All right. Okay, and I'm going to show some of these awesome cards that we got going right now, just for anybody that is just tuning in. Check out these bad boys. We've been working on these last couple of days. Here is the king. This was the first one we started out with. So I finally got that little card design that we wanted. Of course, in true mafia style, we'd have to have the Don himself as our king. Next up, we have a fan favorite of ours, big supporters of ours, inspiration taken from Only Rose. A lot of the community members are involved in Only Rose over there as well. So this is the queen. Um, so that is, yeah, that's how that's looking. You can go back and check the previous streams too to see us building these out. And of course, one of our big community members as well, Mr. Bitzel, sent me a picture of himself to be our Jack the Enforcer. And there he is, holding a Tommy gun. What a guy. So yeah, there is the Jack. So there we go, Jack, Queen, and King. And I have all of these built out already. These this side facing cards. We're still working on the back that be faced when they're face down. But I have all 52 of these already done, from 2 to ace in every suit, and they've been sent over to Adam, so he has them. And we will be looking at integrating those, and the things that we kind of will be remaining then will be the board itself, let's say the backdrop, the backside of the card, obviously, when it's face down, how that looks. And we need to come up with a logo for this game and a name for this game. So any feedback anybody's got in the chat, we've got like 14 live viewers is what I'm seeing right now. So if anybody's got some good name ideas, and if this is the first time you're tuning into us, go and check out a game called Card Sharks. From the 1980s it began. It's gone through a few iterations since, but to get an idea of where the inspiration came from to build this game, that's what you can go and check out and see what it is. So yeah, we're trying to come up with a name for this, exactly what we're going to use, what we should go with, and then that will determine what our card back will look like, because we want to drop that logo, that name logo on there as well when we make that decision. And we have been working on the ice card as well, and here it is. So this guy is going to pop up and ice you, bust a cap, as some people might say. And that once you get this card up, each deck then just has one of these in it. So it's like a randomizer basically. And if you hit this, it just throws control right back to your opponent and they can start running the ladder. Now I only have the character here, but we will build out the card. Maybe on tomorrow's show, we can start building out the backside of this card and tighten this up. Would be pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm really happy with the progress on the graphics and everything so far. It's looking really good. And again, shout out to Josh for the great idea of just, I mean, you would think, yeah, wouldn't you just do it Mafia, say we were Mafia, but we weren't too sure at the time, but a great suggestion from Josh, and I think it works really well. And we have memorialized Mr. Bitzel, so it's all been worth it.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. All right, Adam. Let's jump back in here to what you got.
Okay, so obviously, changing around that mechanic of the turnover, punished for not freezing. Obviously, you can't punish someone when they don't have the option to freeze. So we will make that adjustment. It kind of changes stuff when you play it. You get the experience. It's like that feels a bit unfair. So these are things that you just, from testing and playing and see what it's like. You don't want anyone to feel like they're being duped or feeling something's unfair. So we will make that adjustment now, the kind of knock-on effect of changing that one thing, So I'm now being forced to play here, even though I can't freeze. If you look in the dashboard here, I don't have the option to freeze. So I have to play, but we will fix that. So I'm going to go Lord on the 7, King. Ouch. That's a turnover. Now I've been punished, even though I couldn't freeze. So I probably would have frozen there because I wouldn't have liked that card, because it makes it a little bit more tactical,
So when you lose, when you get that wrong and it turns over to me, do I have the option to swap then, or should I have the
Yes.
option to swap? I do.
Yes, you do. I think you do. And I think
Okay.
you should.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's swap that number 7 there.
I know you don't have the option to freeze either.
No, and I'm on my base card, so I shouldn't anyway. So let's go higher than the 7.
Higher than the 7. Queen.
All right. Let's go lower than the queen.
More than the queen. Jack.
Let's go lower than the jack.
More than the jack. 9.
Let's freeze on the 9.
Freeze. All right. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So our survey question.
Let's see what we got.
And
What percent of people feel guilty about binge eating dessert? Adam, you're on the board. What are
I
your
would say
thoughts?
that could be. I would say that could be high enough these days.
A lot of
I'm
dessert
gonna,
getting eaten out there.
yeah, I'm gonna say. While they're saying binge eating, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 67%.
Be careful now, you don't upset the body positivity movement. You know, they shouldn't be feeling guilty about, stuff in their faces. Okay, you're going 67%. I'll say lower. I think a lot of people eat it and they don't feel guilty. I deserve this.
Yeah, there's that one too.
Let's see
The
what we
piece
got.
says lower. Our survey says 44%.
All right, let's
Right.
roll. So I know I've gotten 2 7s already. They're gone. Let's swap out the 9.
Swap it out. Got a king.
All right, nice. Let's go lower than the king.
Lower than the king. 7.
Let's freeze.
Freeze. Good call.
All my 7s are nearly gone.
Yeah, see, it's a lot more tactical now. You're going to use the freeze a lot more here when you're not sure and
Yes.
take a punt at the question. So I do like that.
Yeah, I like it too. It's a good mechanic.
Okay.
Okay, next question is what percentage of people bring reusable bags when shopping? I think everybody likes to think they'll do it, but I think it rarely actually happens.
Yeah, I think it depends where you are, to be honest. If
Yeah.
Like I lived in America for 13 years, I never brought reusable bags.
No.
Over here, it's like you get charged like €1 a bag if you don't bring them.
Yeah, you'll remember it then.
So I think it depends where you are. If these questions are based in the US, I would say it's pretty low. So I think they probably are. So I'm gonna say 24%.
Okay. You know what? I'm just going to say lower. Just for the fun of it.
So P says lower. Our survey says 55.
Ooh,
Surprised.
55.
I just
Wow.
don't know where it's based.
Yeah, I'm going to assume it's more US based anyway. Hey, anybody in the chat, you guys bring reusable bags to the store when you go? How many people do that? It's getting more prevalent here now because most stores you go to, they don't give you plastic bags anymore. They give you shitty paper ones that, if you put
Yeah.
too much into the handle, it'll come off. Sometimes the handle even comes off when you're trying to open the thing before you can put stuff into it.
Yeah.
So they're dog shit. But yeah, go ahead, Adam. You got control.
All right. Now I'm going to swap. All right. It's a 4. Going to go higher than
Right.
4. 7.
Fucking 7s, man. We're getting lit up with
All
those
right.
7s.
I'm going to freeze.
All right. Wise choice. Okay. Now another question. Action bags, idiots. Yeah, I agree.
You're up.
Just never leave that action bag at home. What percent of people still buy CDs or vinyl regularly? I'm going to say, I want to be generous here. I love vinyl. Let's say 30%. I think it's
30%.
rare. It's pretty rare. That might even still be on the high side, but I'm going to go with 30.
Yeah, I think it'll be lower than that.
All right.
All
Don't let
right.
the final die out, guys. 24,
24.
pretty close. Good guess,
Not a
though.
bad
Good
guess. Not a
guess
bad
on the
guess.
lower there.
All right. So I'm going
Right,
to swap that out. Ace. All
nice.
right.
Nice swap.
More on the ace. Two. Yes,
Beautiful
sir.
for the win.
Higher than the
Lock it in.
two.
There we go. Nicely done, round win.
All right. There we go. Beautiful.
All right, let's keep rolling here. It's starting to get dark.
All right. Reveal
Before
our
I,
cards at a
before I
max.
get on that,
Three should be easy.
before I get
King.
on that
Mr.
farm.
P.
All right, let's.
All right.
Okay, and I will be answering the first one. Okay, let's go. What percentage of people have sneaked snacks? Should it be snook? I guess not. I'm not AI.
Is snook
Have
a word?
s- I thought it was.
Snooky,
Have snook snacks into the movie theater. Sneaked snacks into the movie theater. I'd say that's pretty high. I'm going to go 65%.
65. For the fun of it, I'm going to say it's higher.
All right.
Well, you're talking about people admitting to doing it. Well, yeah, it's not that big a deal. I'm going to say higher. Why not? 36. A bunch of liars.
Yeah. You're full of shit, guys. We all know you at least have one little piece of candy in your pocket, even if you are still buying popcorn or a fizzy drink or whatever. I know you got some candy in that pocket, so don't lie.
A bunch of AI agent liars.
All right, so I'm going to take control. Let's go higher than 5.
And the 5. 6.
Yeah. Okay, let's just freeze on 6.
Oh, very conservative, Mr. P.
Yep.
All right, question.
6, 7 scares me. 6s and 7s.
All right. What percentage of people take selfies multiple times before posting? I would say that's definitely pretty high. But you're talking about people admitting to doing it is another question. I'm just going to go high. I'm going to say it's 68%.
Well, it's only creating these out of probability anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, let's go with it. You're going 68. I'll say I'll go higher. I mean, if you're both
Higher?
post a selfie, I think no one is going to post the first one.
All right. Mr. P says higher. Our survey says 61.
Very close. Good guess by you there. All right, Adam, you got control. You're running the ladder.
All right. I'm going to swap it out. King. I'll take it. Lord and the
Wow.
King. 3. Yes, sir. Higher than the 3. 10. I'm going to take a gamble. I will. Lord and the 10. Hey.
All right.
You're
So
up. You can swap.
We're gonna swap. Let's swap that.
Swap to 6 for another 6. You can't
Okay.
freeze, but you will be able to soon. So
Yeah. Okay.
higher
Let's go.
than 6.
Go higher than the 6.
Higher than 6. 10.
All right. Let's go higher than the 10.
Higher than 10. Ace. Nice.
More than the ace.
Oh, the ace.
All
8.
spades. I'm getting all spades here. I should get this special. Let's freeze on the 8.
Freeze. All right. So big question.
All right. What we got? What percent of people use cash at least once per week? Your answer, Adam.
I would say that's relatively high. You would say 62%.
I'm gonna go lower.
Lower. Mr. P says lower. Our survey says 21. Whoa.
Come on. Nobody's using cash these days anymore. We live in a world of crypto and, digital banking these days. The mattresses get lower to the ground. Okay, let's swap out the 8.
Swap it out.
I'm just going to run it. Let's go higher than the 7.
You have to run it. You can't freeze yet.
Yeah. Let's go higher than the 7.
Higher than 7.
And another spade. Can you believe it? All right. Well,
Right.
you got control now, Adam. Run it.
I'm going to swap it for the fun of it. Jack. Nice. All right, Lord and the Jack. 9. I'm going to go Lord and the 9. 4. Higher than 4. 6. I'm going to freeze it there.
All right, next question. What percent of people still know the words to their favorite childhood song? I'm going to say, let's say 70%.
70%. I'm just going to go lower. I think it's close enough, to be honest. I would say most people kind of would. But I'm just going to go lower. And the answer is
69.
great guess.
All
All
right.
right, but I'll take it. Here we go. I'm going to swap it out. 8. Now I got to go. I'm going to go lower than the 8.
Very nice, Adam. Match 1, game 1. Congratulations. And we
Mac
just came in at
wins
the
the
2 hour
match.
mark as well.
All right, sweet. So I'll just wrap up on my end here, Jay, just so Mr. P, so everyone knows where we're at.
Yep, let's do it.
So obviously the issue we're having there is that if you don't have the option to freeze, you shouldn't be punished for taking a run at it because you never had the choice anyway. It seems a bit unfair. So I popped in a prompt here to sort that out, and I also made a note of another issue that we came across. Um, when a player regains control um, on the producer end, you have the ability to freeze straight away on your starting card after regaining control. We don't want that because you have the ability to swap, so that's a little bit of a UI flaw. Um, but if they do swap and they're not happy with the card they got, they should have the ability to freeze again. Currently, they're being forced to run it, and then if they get it wrong, it's a forced turnover. The other player can take a good run at the board then again. So we want, because they had the ability to freeze, they shouldn't be punished. So we're going to fix that as well. So for the next episode, tomorrow, we will make those adjustments and we'll run another game. So yeah, that's kind of it from my end.
All
Mr.
right.
P,
Yeah,
that's where we're at.
click back into StreamYard there, Sue, Adam, so we can see your lips moving.
All right.
Yeah, so it's been another good, solid one. Some good progress made. Got all our color cards done. We've got an idea of what our ice card, our Iceman's going to look like. So yeah, it's been really good. We will be back again tomorrow for episode 11, where we will continue on. We might even get some cards on the board. Like I said, I've handed off 52 of them to Adam. We're still going to work on the back maybe tomorrow and finalize our ice card. But it's looking really good, Adam. You happy with progress so far? Hope everybody out there is learning something.
Yeah, very happy with the progress so far, to be honest. We made a good solid change to the core gameplay there with the freeze and the taking a guess. I think it's made it a lot more tactical, and I think it'll do good for the kind of overall timing of the game, especially if someone wins 2 rounds without ever going to a sudden death round as well. I think it'll kind of help the overall timing a little bit better as well, and it makes it a little bit more tactical. So yeah, I think we're doing good, and I think we should definitely get some cards and some aesthetics work added in the next episode.
Absolutely. All right. Beautiful. And of course, everybody, we are Mooner Dust. Go and check out our website, moonerdust.media. You have been watching the Pump Fun Hackathon Build in Public live build here from us. We're building a game show. We already have one built that's currently run 26 episodes in. Go check it out. Latest episodes down there in the previous streams. Check out today's trending show as well. We'll be dropping the clips across all our channels for that tomorrow. And you can see 2 other awesome projects that we interviewed. Shout out to those guys. We appreciate you guys coming on, of course, and letting everybody see what you're building. Our resource for the hackathon is getting bigger and bigger as well. We're at about, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 projects now we've interviewed. So anybody that is also in the hackathon, or you want to see what the competition is like, you can check all of those out. They're all on our YouTube channel as well. They will be down here too in the trending show. So yeah, appreciate everybody.
Yeah, and even on that front as well, even if you're an investor and you want to see really good projects that are actually building live, and you want to get a really good deep dive, Mr. Peter does awesome interviews, himself and Sean on the Trending Show. So, whether you're just looking at the competition in the hackathon or you're an investor and you want to get in early on something that's really good or, piques your interest, it's an awesome way to find that out and, get a good sense of the team, the project itself. So, yeah, investors
Yeah.
also really good
Yeah.
thing to have.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the resource is getting stacked. We got another, I think, 3 projects that we're going to be interviewing on tomorrow's show as well. So be sure and come and watch that live with us here again on Pump Fun. And in the meantime, if you love what we're doing, you like the vision, you share the vision, you want to see us do well, you want to see us raise up other communities and projects within the space, help us out, go and pick up a bag of Mafia down there. It's on a nice pump right now, 150 plus million tokens locked, another 30 million locked today, or 20 million locked from Chuck for years, 150 locked for 8 million locked for an entire year, and Sean just locked up a few more as well from the dev wallet. Join our Telegram. But yeah, if you wanna join the ride here with us, the roller coaster that is crypto, the Pump Fun Hackathon, go pick up a bag of Mafia, whatever that is. Help support what we're doing here. We appreciate you guys very much.
We just hit a new all-time high right now.
We did. Oh, awesome. Cool.
Right at this moment, 162.
Right.
So keep it going, guys. Awesome job.
Come on, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate it as always. Yeah, so we will sign off. We'll see you tomorrow for the Trending Show. I'm not sure. I know tomorrow is game show time. Are we going to have Billy on? I'll have to confirm that with Sean, see what his schedule is like. I know it's been really hectic with the hackathon and all the live streams we're doing. But yeah, it'd be nice to get another game show episode in. So yeah, that could be happening tomorrow. We'll be doing Trending, the game show, then Pump Fun Hackathon. So we appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. Mr. Pixel here. That's Adam Mac over there, my twin brother. We're going to continue doing this. Much love to everybody. Have a great evening, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
What is going on, everyone? I am DeFi Sean, and Pump That Fun and the entire crypto world is about to get hit with the coolest thing it's ever seen, because Mod Media is joining the Build in Public Hackathon on Pump That Fun. We've done it once with Lunar Dust, our high production game show that's about 25 episodes in front of everyone on YouTube. But this time, for our second game, we're going to be building live on Pump That Fun for everyone to see. So let's go ahead and get into it. And for those that don't know me, I am DeFi Sean, the owner of Crypto and Cause Investing, both the YouTube channel and the marketing company, and one of the co-founders of Mod Media, joined by my partners Adam and Mr. Pixel. We're building live entertainment that actually converts attention into on-chain activity. And the problem we're solving is simple. We all know crypto has amazing technology, but horrible engagement. Builders are either building something too complex or flat out too boring. Also, builders have the problem of getting people to engage and stay locked in, and most of the marketing they do feels fake or inorganic. Mod Media fixes that though by turning crypto into live, interactive entertainment. We go live 5 days a week with what we call Mod Trending, covering the top 5 projects trending on our bot. For those that didn't join us on YouTube building Lunar Dust, it is a high production deal or no deal style game where developers go head to head against our whales, picking their wallets for a chance to win up to 1,000 USD. Then that second game is coming to Pump That Fun. But exactly what are we going to be doing? We're going to be coding live. We're going to be testing it live. We're going to be bringing up community members to play the game, to break it, and to work out all the bugs in front of everyone to see. And at the same time, we're going to be bringing Mod Trending to Pump That Fun, Lunar Dust to Pump That Fun, and also teaching builders how to utilize AI for graphics, branding, and content creation. If you make crypto fun to watch, people stick around. And if people stick around, builders win. And when builders win, that's how entire ecosystems are built. And I hope Pump That Fun and our competitors are ready, because when Mod Media hits Pump That Fun, it is going to be essentially over. What we do, no one does it better, and the entire market is about to see that. So go ahead and strap up and enjoy the entertainment.